Hi students, welcome back to my channel. This is Shalini with you. I'm back with the second part of real numbers. I have uploaded the first part few days before. In this video, I have included the method of finding the LCM and HCF of two or more numbers using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Watch this video until the end. If you like the video, give a thumbs up.
Integer. So we have taken A as any positive integer and B equal to 4. So using Euclid's algorithm, Euclid's algorithm, we can write A equal to 4Q plus R, right? For some integer, we can write for some integer Q greater than or equal to 0. And what is the limit? 0 less than or equal to R less than 4. So what will be the value? You can write R equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. 0, 4Q plus 0. What is the second one? If you put the remainder as 1, it will be A equal to 4Q plus 1. So remember, it is odd integer. So we are not taking 4Q because A equal to 4Q means it is even. So that means we are going to the next step, that is 4Q plus 1. 4Q plus 1 will be odd integer. And now we are going to square it up. 4Q plus 1 the whole square. So this is like identity only, a plus b the whole square. So 4Q the whole square, 16Q square plus 2 into 4Q into 1 is 8Q plus 1. Now what you can do here is you can take 8 as common factor from the first two terms. So when you take 8 as common factor, it will be 2Q square plus Q plus 1. And this you can write as 8. What is they have given the letter as K. Okay, 8K plus 1. And then I am going to write where K equal to 2Q square plus Q. Instead of M, they have given K, that's it. So we got A square and that is equal to A square we have written in the form 8K plus 1. Now take the next case. You can take A equal to 4Q plus 2. But you know that it is even. So we will go for the next one, which is A equal to 4Q plus 3. Because A equal to 4Q plus 3 is odd. Now square. Square it. So 16Q square plus 2 into 4Q into 3. That is 24Q. 3 square is 9. And then you can do one thing. 16Q square plus 24Q. 9 you can write as 8 plus 1. So that we can take common factor from the first three terms. You take 8 as common factor. You will get 2Q square plus 3Q plus 1. Again plus 1. Now the terms inside the bracket can be given as K. So this is equal to 8K plus 1 where K is equal to 2Q square plus 3Q plus 1. So we got the odd integer in the form 8K plus 1. So here you can write hence A is of the form 8K plus 1 for some integer K. They have given you n square plus n is divisible by 2. So I'm going to take n equal to 2Q or n equal to 2Q plus 1 where Q is some integer. So first case is I'm going to take n equal to 2Q. Now what is n square plus n? Just substitute 2Q the whole square plus 2Q. So when you square, you will get 4Q square plus 2Q. Or even I can take 2Q common factor so that I can write it as 2Q plus 1. So 2 into a factor. 2 into something. That means definitely this is divisible by 2. Right? Because 2 into something, right? So that means I am going to write therefore 2q into 2q plus 1 is divisible by 2. After proving this, what we will do? We will take n equal to, so here you give it as case 1, okay? So that the next case I will write case 2 and n equal to 2q plus 1. Okay, now what is n square plus n? It will be, instead of n I am going to give 2q plus 1. So 2q plus 1 the whole square plus 2q plus 1. Now simplify, a plus b the whole square, 4q square plus 4q plus 1 plus 2q plus 1. Okay, so 4q square, 4 plus 2 will give you 6q and 1 plus 1 will give you 2. So when you take 2 outside the bracket, you will get 2q square plus 3q plus 1. So here also we can see that this expression is also says that it is divisible by 2. So therefore I can write therefore 2 into 2q square plus 3q plus 1 is divisible by 2. Is divisible by 2. So from the two conditions, that means here we got this expression as divisible by 2. Here we got the second expression also divisible by 2. So I can say from 1 and 2, we can conclude that n square plus n is divisible by 2. Divisible by 2 for any positive integer n. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So before you go to the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, you know what is prime number, composite number and all, no? Prime number. Prime number means a number which has no factors other than 1 and the number itself. So 1 will be the factor and the number itself. So such numbers are called prime numbers and the number itself. Example, can you give me a few examples of prime numbers?
2, 3, 5, 7.
Yes, 3, 5, 7, 11, 23, etc. All these are, 2 is also there. 2 is also there. 2 is also a prime number because it has only 1 and the number as factors. Now, what about composite number? Composite number means a number which has at least one factor other than 1 and the number itself. For example, so I can write here at least one factor other than 1 and the number itself. For example, if I take 6, I can write 1 will be the factor, 2 is there, 3 is there and 6 is there. So we can see that 1 and the number itself and other 2 factors are also there, 2 and 3. So we can call it as a composite number. It's clear, right? The difference between prime and composite. Now, you know what is the meaning of the word factor, right? What is the meaning of the word factor? Suppose if I ask you to write the factors of 12. What you will write? Which are the factors of 12? What you will write for that?
2, 6.
3, yeah, 1, because 1 into 12 will give you, yeah, 12. 2 6 are 12, 3 4s are 12, 6 2s are 12, 4 is also there, 4 3s are, 6 2s are, then 12, 12 into 1 is also 12. So you will write the factors like this, right? 4 into 3 is 12, 3 into 4 is 12, 6 into 2 is 12, 12 into 1 is 12. Am I right? What I've written is correct or not?
Yes.
Yes. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. It's correct.
Okay, so these are the factors. So factors means if a number divides another number exactly, that means when you divide a number by another number, and if you are not getting, without any remainder, that means you should get the remainder as 0. For example, if I take 24, for example, 24, how will I write the factors? 24 divided by 1, you will get 24 itself. 24 by 2, you will get 12. So no remainders are there. So the meaning of factor is if a number divides another number exactly, that means without any remainder, then we can call this the number which divides as the factor of the number. Okay, now another thing we are going to study this year is about factor tree. So that is why I mentioned about the word factor. What is the meaning of the word, or what is factor tree? Factor tree means it is a chain of factors and it is represented in the form of a tree, and that is why we call it as a factor tree. For example, so 24 is there in the box, and if I divide 24 by 2, I will get 12 as a remainder. So that 12 I will write in another box. Again, I can divide this 12 by 2, right? If I divide 12 by 2, what I will get? I will get 6. Yes, again, if I take 6, if I divide 6 by 2, what I will get is 3. So coming from the bottom, you can see 2 into 3 will give you 6. 2 into 6 will give you 12. 2 into 12 will give you 24. Normally you can see for 1 mark, okay, in the question paper for 1 mark, they will leave blank space, blank box will be there, and you have to fill in the. So what is factor tree? It is a chain of factors which is represented in the form of a tree. So that is why we call it as a factor tree. So here you can see factors of 24 is given as a, all the factors of 24 is shown as a factor tree. Understand? Similarly, take any other number other than this. Suppose if I take 455, okay, 455. So if I divide by 5, I will leave box here, and you should give me the answer. 45. Yeah. Now tell me, 455 divided by 5. If I divide 455 by 5, what you will get? It will be 91.
91.
455 divided by 5 will give you 91. Okay, then I have given you 7 in the box. So that means 91 by 7. So it will
13.
be 13. Done. No need to divide again, because when you divide by 13 again you will get 1 only. So you can stop over there. So one more thing. So I can write 455 as product of how many numbers? Product of 5 into 7 into 13. Because we can see that 455 divided by 5, I got 91. Again 91 is divided by 7. Okay, 7. And then when I divide by 7, I got 13. So 5 into 7 is 35. 35 into 13. So 15, 9, 10, 5 and 3. So we will get 455. So when you multiply these factors, we will get this number. Similarly here, look at 24. 24, 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. When you multiply these numbers, you will get 24. So you can write 24 as 24 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So these are the factors of 24. Understood? I will give you one more number. 4095. 4095. 4095. Can you do? I will give you the boxes and you have to fill in that. Okay. Start doing. Oh, you have to write all these things, huh? Wait, just a minute, just a minute. Let me finish drawing this and then I will write. Wait. 5.
Ma'am, I didn't finish. Ma'am, 1 second.
Tell me. Okay. 5 then?
3.
No, after 5, when you divide by 5, what will be the
819.
answer? Huh?
819.
819. 819. Okay. And again?
3.
Yeah, 8 plus 1 plus 9. So when you can use divisibility rule. 18 is divisible by 3. So I wrote 3 here. Okay, fine.
273.
Okay, 273. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 273. Again, I can do with 3, right? Yeah,
Yes.
3. 3 9s are 3 1s are.
91.
Okay. Now 7.
7 and 13.
7 and 30. Okay. So when you write the factors, you should write 4095 is equal to 3 into 3 into 5 is there. 5 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 13. So we have written 4095 as a product of, look at the factors, all these are prime numbers. Understood? So we have written 4095 as a product of primes. Did you understand? Huh?
Yes.
All
ma'am.
these numbers are prime numbers. So we have expressed 4095 as a product of primes. Now we can go for fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Next is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. According to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, every composite number can be written, or you can factorize it as a product of primes. Just now we have seen, right, 4095. We have expressed that number as product of primes. The same thing, that is known as fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So every composite number can be written as the product of primes. And this factorization is unique apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. What is the meaning of that? This factorization is unique. So just tell me what are the factors. 4095 is equal to 5 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 13, right? Correct. Yeah. 2, 3, 5, 7, 30. So all these numbers are, suppose if I write 3 into 3 into 5 into 7 into 13, that is also correct, right? So what we are getting is, even if you change the order also, what we are going to get is the same factors. We will get the same factor. So that is the meaning. We can express as product of primes, and the factorization is unique. That means we are going to get the same factors only. Understand? So fundamental theorem of arithmetic, it is also called as unique factorization theorem. Unique factorization theorem. Now listen. Suppose if I take 145. 145 I can divide by 5, right? 5. So 5 2s are and 5. So 145 I can write as 29 into 5. No other factors I can use, right? These are the only two factors. They are unique. Okay. Now another one. Suppose if I take 1001, express 1001 as a product of its prime factors. So you have to express this as the product of prime factors. So how will you do this one? You can go for what? Tree method. You can go for tree method. So can you give me one fact is divisible by 7? 7 1 is 7. 7 4s are 28.
Yes. 143.
7 3s are
143.
Yeah, that's what. So 7 and 143. Now after that 143 also you can divide. We can do, right? 143. 143. How will you do? See, 143. What is 1 plus 3? 1 plus 3? Yeah, 4. And 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus the second digit, that is we are getting as 0. So when you get like this, that means that number is divisible by what is the divisibility rule of 11? Divisibility rule of 11.
Alternate digits you add
And then subtract. So if you're getting 0, then we can come to the conclusion that it is divisible by 11. So you can divide 143 by 11 and see 143 divided by 11, 13, right? Yeah, 13.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so 13. So I'll write here 11 and the other factor is 13. So I'll write here, hence 1001 can be expressed as a product of 7, 11 and 13. That is product of its prime factors. That is 7 into 11 into 13. HCF and LCM by prime factorization. Prime factorization. So method of finding HCF and LCM of 2 or more positive numbers by using fundamental theorem of arithmetic, that is called prime factorization method. So how will you find out the HCF of 2 or more numbers? What you have to do is HCF of 2 or more numbers will be equal to product of the smallest power of each common prime factor involved in this number. So for HCF, always what we do, suppose for example, you are given 6 and 72. Okay, 6 and 72. So how will you find out the HCF of, you will write all the factors of 6, right? So we'll write 2 into 2 comma 3. We'll write the factors, and then 72. So we'll write, we will divide this. That means prime factorize 18, 2, 9, 3 and 3. So how will you write this? We'll write 2 raised to 3 and 3 square. So for HCM, what we do is, see, we have 2 as common factor, but what we do is we will take the factor with the lowest power. HCF means we will take the lowest power. So we will write HCF of 672 is equal to 2 into. Now next term. Here we have 3 common in both the terms, but you will take the 3 with the lowest power, because here the power is 1, right? So we will take and we will get the HCF as 6. So product of the smallest power of each of the common prime factor involved in the number. And LCM, it is just opposite. For LCM, what we do, if for LCM 672, what we do is, see, from these two, you have 2 as common factor, but we will take the one which the greatest power. We'll take 2 cube, and the next one we will take 3 square. So it will be 8 into 9, and that will be 72. So that is what you have to keep in mind. For HCF, we will take the lowest power or the smallest power, and for LCM, we will take the greatest power. That's it. So this is actually what is meant by HCF and LCM of numbers using prime factorization method. We use the prime numbers to find the factors and then find out the HCF and the LCM. And again, after this, one more thing you have to, there is a relationship between the numbers, their HCF and LCM. So what is the relation between them? That we are going to study that relation between numbers. Numbers means if I am taking A and B, for example, small a and small b, there is a relation between A and B with their HCF and LCM. So this part is very easy actually. HCF of AB into LCM of AB is equal to product of 2 numbers. This is the relation. So you can find out HCF of two numbers. How? Because A into B divided by LCM of AB. So anyways, A and B will be given. You can find out the LCM and then divide, you will get HCF. Similarly, sometimes they will give you HCF and LCM and you just have to multiply the numbers and find out. So if they are asking you the LCM, it will be A into B divided by HCF of AB. Write down 26, you will get 13. So we can write 26. The factors you can write 2 and 13. 91. You have to show the step, right? So 7 and 3. Okay, now you can write 91. It is 7 and 13. Because we are finding out the factors. Factors means you have to find out the prime factors. We need prime numbers. If you take 26, 26 is not a prime number. Understand? So LCM is equal to 2 into 7 into 13 and HCF is equal to 13. Now LHS, we are going to verify. LHS is equal to LCM into HCF. So that is equal to 13 into 7, we have done that. 114 into 13. 182. HCF is 13. 182 into 13. What is 182 into 13? 2366. So left hand side we have done. Left hand side done. Right hand side is equal to product of two numbers. Which are the two numbers they have given? 26 into 91. These are the two numbers they have given. So find the product and see whether you are getting 2366. So if we are getting both as equal, then what will be the next step? Therefore, you can write LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. Product of two numbers. Hence, verified. So 336, 36 when you factorize it will be 2 raised to 4, right? 2 raised to 4 into 3 into 7. And 54 you can write as 2 into 3 raised to 3. So HCF will be 2 into 3, 6. And LCM will be 2 raised to 4 into 3 cube into 7. And when we multiply, we are getting it as 3024. And next step is LCM into HCF. So we have to multiply by 6. 3024 into 6. And we got the answer as 18,144. And then we have to find out the product of numbers. Product of numbers. Write each and every steps clearly. 336 into 54. Multiply and when you multiply, you will again get 18,144. Just multiply and see, check whether it is correct or not. So this is your LHS. This is your RHS. And then you can write, therefore, LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. Hence, verified. Where 3 numbers are given and we have to go for prime factorization. So first of all, 12. We'll write here by prime factorization. Then write 12. 12 you can write as 2 into 3. 15. 15 we can write as 3 into 5, right? 3 into 5. Then 21. 21 we can write as 3 into 7. And now we can find out the HCF of 12, 15 and 21. So what is common? 3. 3 is common. So HCF is 3. Now LCM. LCM of 12, 15 and 21. So what will be the LCM here? See here you have 2 square, right? Yeah, 2 square is there. So we can write 2 square into 3 into 5 into 7. So 7, 4 into 3, 12 into 5, 60, 420. Yes, 420. So LCM is equal to 420. This first one I have done. Second one you do now. And third one you can do as homework. Third one homework. Second one will finish here. 17, 23 and 29.
Ma'am, had you sent any questions?
I'm sending. Oh, sorry. I'll send. What the type of questions you want to answer? Yes. I'm sending. By prime factorization. 17 into 1. Then 23 you can write 23 into 1. All the 3 are prime numbers. 29 into 1. That's it. So HCF will be what? HCF of 17, 23 and 29 equal to 1. LCM of 17, 23 and 29 equal to, multiply 17, 23, 29, multiply and give me the answer. It will be 11339. That HCF of, listen children, HCF of 306, 657 is equal to 9. And the question is to find out the LCM of 306 and 657. So we use the formula HCF into LCM. HCF of, you can write in bracket 306, 657 into LCM of 306, 657 equal to product of two numbers. Which are the two numbers? 306 into 657. These are the numbers. Yeah. So LCM of 306, 657 equal to 306 into 657 divided by, what is HCF given there? 9. So divide, and when you do the simplification, 9 7s are 63 and a 3. So multiply 306 into 73. 306 into 73. So what you will get is 22338. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. So you should understand that 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. So what is that actually? It is actually a composite number. It is a number and we have to prove that they are composite. Composite means they will have more than composite numbers. We started. Yeah, exactly. So other than 1 and itself, it should have more than one factor. So that is composite number. So listen. So first I will write the first set of prime factors they have given. They have given you 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. So to prove that it is a composite number, you can see that 13 is there in both the numbers, right? In both the 13 is a common factor. 13 is a common factor. So what I'm going to do is I will take 13 as a common factor. So from the first expression I will have 7 into 11, then plus here it will be 1. I have taken 13 as a common factor from both the expression. Now listen, this will become 13 into, what is 11 into 7? 77 plus 1, it is 78. 13 into 78. Okay, 13 into 78. Now listen, 78 is actually a composite number because we can have enough number of factors for 78. 78, see, 78, I'll write and show you. 3, 9, then 3 and 30. So we can write 13 into 78, you can write as 2 into 3 into 13. Or even I can write as 2 into 3 into 13 square because 2 13s are there, right? So it is very clear that the given expression, this is a composite number. Similarly, take the second expression. What is given? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. So what is the common factor in this expression? 5, right? This 5 is common. So I will take 5 outside. So from the first expression, I have 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 1. 5 is already gone outside. Now multiply and give me the value 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Multiply. What is that? 12 into 2. 24 into 6, 144 into 7. So you will get 1008. Then you have plus 1. So this is equal to 5 into 1009. So now the answer is these two are composite numbers. So you can write both 7 into 11 into 13 plus 3. And to write the whole thing, 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are expressed as a product of, primes or prime numbers. Therefore, both are composite numbers.
Ma'am, can you show the prime factorization of 1009?
So just tell me what are the factors. 4095 is equal to 5 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 13, right? Correct. Yeah. 2, 3, 5, 7, 30. So all these numbers are, suppose if I write 3 into 3 into 5 into 7 into 13, that is also correct, right? So what we are getting is, even if you change the order also, what we are going to get is the same factors. We will get the same factor. So that is the meaning, we can express as product of primes and the factorization is unique. That means we are going to get the same factors only. Understand? So fundamental theorem of arithmetic, it is also called as unique factorization theorem. Unique factorization theorem. Now listen. Suppose if I take 145. 145 I can divide by 5, right? 5. So 5 2s are and 5. So 145 I can write as 29 into 5. No other factors I can use, right? These are the only two factors. They are unique. Okay. Now another one. Suppose if I take 1001, express 1001 as a product of its prime factors. So you have to express this as the product of prime factors. So how will you do this one? You can go for tree method. You can go for tree method. So can you give me one factor for this? One factor. 1001. So if I add 1 and 0, I will get 1 plus 0. Then minus 0 plus 1. So I'm getting 1 minus 1 and that is equal to 0. So I understood that this number is completely divisible by 7. Divisibility rule 7. Just check whether it is divisible by 7. 7 1 is 7. 7 4s are 28.
Yes. 143.
7 3s are
143.
yeah, that's what. So 7 and 143. Now after that 143 also you can divide. We can do, right? 143. 143. How will you do? See, 143. What is 1 plus 3? 1 plus 3? Yeah, 4. And 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus the second digit. That is we are getting as 0. So when you get like this, that means that number is divisible by? Number is divisible by, what is the divisibility rule of 11? Divisibility rule of 11.
Alternate digits you add
And then subtract. So if you're getting 0, then we can come to the conclusion that it is divisible by 11. So you can divide 143 by 11 and see. 143 divided by 11. 13, right? Yeah, 13.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so 13. So I'll write here 11 and the other factor is 13. So I'll write here, hence 1001 can be expressed as a product of 7, 11 and 13. That is product of its prime factors. That is 7 into 11 into 13. So this is how you write the answer.